I'm Steve Johnson, News Director of theDove TV. Watch more videos from the Dove Newsroom at theDove.us. Good morning, I'm Steve Johnson with a reminder to get our app on your smartphone or tablet. You can also watch the Dove on our website or on our Roku channel. Well, Chancellor Angela Merkel says she remains confident Germany can integrate the large number of refugees who are arriving and is arguing that many won't stay forever. Now, Germany has been the main destination of Syrians and others seeking protection in Europe. Merkel says 80 million Germans can and will manage the migration if Germany makes an effort from the beginning to do so. However, representatives from other countries like Slovenia say not all countries are willing to take in those refugees.
So far, we didn't see proper response of all European countries. The opposite. We saw a lot of individualism. We saw some countries closing down the borders, lack of solidarity. And all this is actually causing a lot of intolerance in Europe.
In addition to Syrian war refugees, a Norwegian humanitarian group says that up to 100,000 additional Syrians have been displaced in the last 3 weeks. That's by the recent surge in fighting following the Russian military intervention. Pakistan says it won't be issuing any appeals for international help in the aftermath of the deadly quake that killed at least 237. Officials say that they have the resources they need for rescue and relief work. At least 147 people died in Pakistan and 33 others in Afghanistan. A Pakistani official says civil and military authorities are trying their best to reach those affected by the quake. U.S. Geological Survey says the earthquake had a preliminary magnitude of 7.5 and occurred at a depth of 130 miles. Monday's quake is thought not to have caused massive destruction because the epicenter was so deep. Oregon small business is being briefed on how new laws will be impacting their companies beginning next year. On January 1st, Oregon will become the 4th state to enact mandatory sick leave policies for workers. It'll impact all businesses with 10 or more employees statewide and require up to 40 hours of paid sick leave per year for each worker. Attorney Sean Ray with Barron Liebman is conducting seminars in the state on the new law and says those running a small business are not thrilled with the law's implications on January 1st.
Small businesses certainly are more affected by it, particularly in the restaurant industry. I do a lot of fast food and those type of service industry, hospitality industry, and those profit margins are thin already. And in terms of having to pay somebody an additional 40 hours of sick time, in addition to paying the replacement employee you have to bring in to do the job while they're out, those profit margins are already pretty thin. And so those are the ones I think that are hit a little bit harder by this new law than maybe some of the other larger businesses.
Ray's next stop on the Employment Law series is at the One West Main building in downtown Medford today. Let's take a look at the weather scene, and we are expecting some changes today for Northern California and Wairika. Slight chance of rain today with a high of 67, 62 with a good chance of rain all day Wednesday, clearing out with a high of 64 on Thursday. Moving into the Klamath Basin, 64 today, 55 tomorrow with rain expected, clearing somewhat on Thursday with a high of 57. As we move along the Oregon coastal area, expect a good chance of rain really throughout the rest of the week with highs in the low to mid 60s. As we move into the Bend area of Central Oregon, 61 and cloudy today, 60% chance of rain tomorrow with a high of 53, clearing out with a high of 55 on Thursday. And for the Medford area, 68 today and cloudy, 64 and rain expected tomorrow, clearing on Thursday with a high of 64 as well. That's a look at news and weather. You're up to date right here on the Dove.